Hi guys, today my partner, Mr. DeFury, and myself will be working on a electronic circuit lab. As you can see here, we have a bunch of components lined up. This is an LED, light emitting diode. And we have 3 resistors with different resistance, going from 360 ohms all the way to 330 kilo ohms. This is a capacitor. This is a 555 timer chip, which soon enough you will learn what it can do. And it's just a bunch of wires to help connect everything in this breadboard, which is basically a simple way to create a circuit. Now, if you haven't used a breadboard before, one thing to remember is that where you see the separation between the pins that are closely together, that's basically it just divides the circuit altogether. And the other thing to remember is that the side couplings, I guess if you want to call it, it's almost like having a continuous wire that runs all the way down, but it gives you the option of connecting to it, while the ones in the middle are connected with each other horizontally. So if I plug something at channel A, at the first one here, and I plug something at channel E at also the first row, it's basically like having those two components being connected to the same wire. Whereas in the side ones, if I plug something at the first channel for the negative one, and I plug something at the bottom one for the negative one as well, this will be as if I connected those two components with a wire that runs all the way down. This is a power source. Basically allows you to put out different voltages, and so it's quite a beauty in that sense. It has the option of putting out up to 6 volts, or if you hook it up to the other part of it, it can generate up to a voltage of up to 31 volts. For our particular lab, we only need about 5 volts. So what we're going to do is we're going to use only the first option here, and we're going to vary it a little bit so that it supplies with an overall voltage of 5 volts, right about there.
We're first going to start with our breadboard, with which Mr. Duca already explained how it generally works. We'll first hook up our negative ground, which goes into the negative terminal here. If you remember, this acts as one wire. The second one will hook up our positive power supply. First thing we're going to build is a simple LED, and the LED needs some sort of resistance before we're able to have, so we don't burn it out. So we'll start by hooking up a wire here to the first positive terminal. We're then going to use a resistor. Now we're just using our 360 ohm resistor. You can really use any one you have here. So we're bridging that over here. Now that that's in, you'll notice we have an LED. It has 2 different sides. This one side right here is the positive side, so you need that to go in first. We're going to have to end up completing our loop for this to work. Completed our circuit, and now we're going to test it to see if it works. So we're going to turn it on, and as you see, the light is illuminated.
Alright, here we are again. So now that we made the LED, to complete the circle to make the LED turn on, we're going to push it a step further. We're actually going to try to use this timer chip to control the amount of time the LED light will be on and the amount of time the LED light will be off. So to start things off, we have connected the voltage terminal to the red row, if you want to call it that, and ground to the blue, the negative one. In the electrical engineering world, they call it buses. Don't ask me why, I wouldn't know how to tell you. So we're gonna start off. Basically, what we're doing is we're completing this circuit right here. It's gonna appear. So we're completing this circuit with the timer chip in the middle, with all the channels. We're gonna connect the capacitor, the 3 resistors, and the LED light, along with the power source, which is basically our variable power source that we have over here. So we'll start off with the timer chip. Don't forget the circle part. That channel is the first one. So we're going to put it right in the middle. We're going to make it our start point, and we're going to connect channel 3, which is our first resistor, 360 ohms. Tier 3, very tedious work. It's very easy to mess things up. And we're going to connect this with the LED light. It's very important that the positive terminal follows of the LED light. The longer one comes the exact same way that the circuit diagram is showing it. Alright, okay. And we're going to connect the LED light to the first channel. Next, the capacitor will be connected to the channel 2, which is this guy right here. The 330 kilo ohm resistor, channel 2, which is the one right next to the capacitor. And then we're going to have that go all the way to the other side of the chip, to channel 7, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now that we have this done, we can move on to the last resistor, the 8.2 kilo ohm one, that goes from channel 7 to the voltage row, basically from here to the positive one. And lastly, we have to connect the ground on the other side of the breadboard. This will allow the entire circuit to be completed. At this point, I believe we're done. The LED light should blink. And it works.